Welcome, travelers of the spectral streams. This is Daniel French, your pilot on the chronosphere. We bring to you a new series, The Trial of Sir Ivan Sturges, written by Simone G. Moore. Welcome to the fold, Simone. A warning, this story does contain many elements of violence and sexual abuse and craziness like that. Hopefully at this point you're already locked into your spatial suits and ready to experience as we pull into the chronosphere fiction bubbleverse of The Trial of Sir Ivan Sturges. What's this about? Hey, back off, mutts. Hey, get a hold of your dogs. Hang on. Ow. Mangy dogs. Hey. Thank you. Sorry.
Who sent you?
I beg your pardon?
Who sent you?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just out for a walk.
There are 2 signs posted along the perimeter of this property. Did you not see them?
No, I didn't.
One states rather clearly, no trespassing. The other, equally as clearly, states, trespassers will be shot.
Philip drags the body through the fallen leaves to a spot behind a giant oak tree. He grabs a handful of leaves and a thick black net comes up from the ground covered with more leaves. He carefully wraps the body in it and continues dragging it through the woods. The Dobermans walk on both sides of him. He drags the body to a detached cobblestone garage that doubles as a wood shop. Philip places the covered corpse inside of a closet. He closes and locks all the doors, then hides the shotgun under a wooden floorboard. The Doberman pack lays down quietly in a corner. He turns on a record player. Philip takes a leather apron from a wall hook, replacing it with his gray suit jacket. He removes his cufflinks, rolls up his sleeves, loosens his skinny black tie, and puts on the apron. He lays various cutting tools on a table that includes a circular saw. He retrieves the lost man's body and slides it upon the table and starts to make quick work of it. When finished, Philip places the small chunks of fleshy remains in bags and puts them in a deep freezer. He cuts the heart into 4 parts and feeds a part to each Doberman. He watches as they eagerly devour them.
Good boys.
I heard a gunshot nearby. Did something happen, son?
Oh, a trespasser. Don't worry, sir. I took care of it. As usual.
Good. I knew you would. A kiss? Have you been smoking again? I smell it on your breath and taste it on your lips with peppermint.
Oh, I'm sorry, Father. Just one today. Outside, of course.
Such a nasty habit. I hate the day that you picked that up. It'll be the death of you.
I said I'm sorry, sir. At least I'm down to one now. I'll try to stop.
You will stop, or you'll be disinherited. I refuse to pay for your early burial. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Very. Can I get you anything? I'm heading into town to the shop. I'm low on cartridges.
No, son. Not anything I can think of at the moment.
Right. I shall return in an hour or so.
You know I love you most, Phil.
I know, Father. I know.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sturges.
Good afternoon, Mr. MacBrady.
Please state your full name for the court.
Yes, sir. My name is Montague Edwin Sturges.
Thank you. However, that is not your birth name, is it?
No, sir.
Please state for the court your birth name, Mr. Sturges.
Sure. It's Abel Hudson, sir, according to my adoption papers.
I see. And who renamed you?
Sir Ivan Sturges, sir. He renamed all of us.
And you are indeed one of the 8 adopted sons of defendant Sir Ivan Emmanuel Sturges, correct?
Correct, sir.
Do you know the date of your adoption, Mr. Sturges?
Yes, sir.
Right. Please advise the court of it.
May 2nd, 1932, sir.
How old were you upon adoption?
I was age 6, sir.
Of the 8 of you, which number were you, Mr. Sturges?
I was taken right along with Samuel Sturges, my co-plaintiff. I guess you could say I was number 7, sir.
Do you have any memory of your childhood prior to being adopted by Sir Ivan Sturges?
Not really, sir. Very little. I just remember a dark, grey place with lots of unmade beds. That's all.
For the record, Mr. Sturges, do you see the man who adopted you when you were 6 years of age in the courtroom today?
Yes. Yes, sir, I do, sir.
Right. Also, for the record, would you please point him out now?
That's him, there. The one in the dark suit in the wicker wheelchair.
Good, Mr. Sturges. By chance, do you remember your arrival at the Sturges estate?
Somewhat, sir.
Tell us what you remember.
I remember being walked up some white marble steps to a giant set of wooden doors. They parted and we, Sir Ivan, Samuel and I, were greeted by a man in a butler's uniform. He's not the butler who works there now. Not sure what happened to him. At any rate, the next thing I remember is meeting with the other boys in a huge room, aqua-colored walls, a grand piano in the corner, and lots of stuffed or taxidermied wild animals mounted on the walls. Eerie sight, really. None of the boys was smiling, you know. They were all seated, dressed in black blazers, with the Sturges crest on their pockets, and shorts. Wilfred, the eldest at the time, was seated at the chair far to the left, and he was just staring at me, not in a welcoming way.
Wilfred Sturges, correct?
Correct, sir.
Would he, Mr. Wilfred Sturges, be in the courtroom today, Mr. Sturges?
No, sir. He was killed in action during the war. He was in the army.
Sorry.
He died a hero, sir. He was carrying an injured soldier on his back when, well, he was shot numerous times.
How dare you speak on Wilfred? You are not, and nor were you ever, worthy of breathing the same air that he did.
Young man, I urge you to control yourself in this court. One more outburst, and I'll find you in contempt. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I understand completely.
Continue, Mr. MacBrady.
Thank you, Your Honor. On a lighter note, did you enjoy growing up with your brothers?
For the most part, yes. At first.
At first?
Yes, sir.
Care to elaborate, Mr. Sturges?
Well, despite the chilly welcome, I got on pretty well with Sammy, Kirk, and Chris. Not so much with the others. You see, it was made very clear from the beginning that Will and Phil were the stars of the mansion, and everything else for that matter. They were highly protected. Cameras were always around to capture every little thing they did. Reels covering them were shown in the theaters prior to the movie starting, you know. Will and Phil were highly protective of each other as well. If one of us younger boys tried to come near Will, Phil would push us away, and the same thing vice versa.
Give me that. You know it's my place next to him. Take your place next to Des.
Sorry, I thought...
Never mind what you thought. Go to your rightful place. Bet you won't take this chair from me, eh? I'll take it from you and any other one of you lot that tries it again. All of you know full well it's my place next to Phil.
What's this? What's going on here?
I don't know, sir. Seems all of a sudden everyone wants to take my place next to Phil.
Nonsense. Kirkland, stop causing trouble, or you'll go back upstairs to your room without breakfast, do you hear?
Yes, sir.
This goes for all of you. If you wish to behave like animals, I'll send you back to the zoos I picked you up from. Each morning, you know to get yourselves in here and be seated in your proper places. Any of you who has a problem with that can graze your breakfast from the grass in the backyard. Understood?
Yes,
Father.
Father.
To this day, as you just saw, Phil is still highly protective of Will, of his memory.
So, you didn't get on well with Wilfred and Philip, the two eldest boys. What about the two others?
Oh, you mean the two Negro boys, Desmond and Errol. We referred to them as Des and Mo. Well, they stayed mostly to themselves, tucked away whenever the movie cameras showed up for the most part, though everyone knew they were there.
You two, over there.
Is there something wrong?
Wrong, Mr. Sturges?
Yes, those two.
I don't see anyone with them, sir. Are their parents here?
They are with the rest of them. I am the parent.
Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. I had no idea.
I procured them from Lagos, Nigeria. They are my sons Desmond and Errol. They are to be included with the others. What? Did you assume they were the children of servants?
Well, sir, quite frankly, I didn't know what to believe. They were different from the others, that's all. If I had known...
Forget it. You two get over here. Position them accordingly. They do speak proper English, by the way. They have been educated in our ways and language as part of my personal experiment to have them raised in the great white way, not as common savages.
Right. Yes, sir.
So far, Desmond has exceeded my initial expectations. Errol, on the other hand, will require more work.
Is Desmond here in court today, Mr. Sturges?
Yes, sir.
For the record, can you point him out, please? Thank you, Mr. Sturges. And Errol Sturges, is he here today?
No, sir. He is no longer with us either. Nor is Kirk. I miss Kirk.
Again, sorry.
Thank you, sir.
You mentioned another brother, Chris Sturges, correct?
Yes, Christian Sturges. And I can tell you right now, he is not in this courtroom. You'll have better luck finding him in a nearby pub, sir.
Damn right.
Order in the court. Mr. Sturges, please continue to keep your answers to only what is asked of you.
Yes, Your Honor. I apologize.
Continue, Mr. MacBrady.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Sturges, you said that you relatively enjoyed your childhood at the Sturges estate at first. So what eventually occurred that made you unhappy there?
Good day, Mr. Sturges.
Good day, Mr. Wyatt.
What can I do for you, sir?
2 boxes of the usual rifle cartridges. Also, some cleaning brushes. Rifle cleaning brushes. 4.
Right, sir.
Oh, and 2 packs of unfiltered embassies, please.
Yes, sir. How's Sir Ivan doing these days?
He's doing as well as can be expected. His illness, the upcoming trial, you know.
It's terrible what they're saying about the old man. All the good work he's done for those orphan boys. For you and your brothers especially.
I agree. Thank you, Mr. Wyatt. I'll let Father know you asked about him.
Please do. I wish him the very best. Well, welcome back, Miss Ava. What can I do for you today?
Who on earth is that gentleman?
You don't recognize him?
Oh, should I?
Perhaps. Well, he's only one of the famous adopted sons of millionaire philanthropist Sir Ivan Sturges.
Really? My goodness, which one? There are 8 of them, aren't there?
Philip, the second adopted son.
Wait, doesn't he have an older brother named Will?
He did. Will was killed in battle, sadly. A shame, really. He was a sweet little boy and a war hero.
Oh, I had no idea Will was, Well, look at that. He left this.
So he did. Don't worry, Miss Ava. I'll call him later and he'll probably fetch it tomorrow.
Don't you worry, Mr. Wyatt. I'll take it to him myself.
Oh, good luck, young lady. The Sturges mansion is protected like a fortress. They don't just let anyone in.
I think he'll make an exception in my case. Oh, I almost forgot what I came in for. 2 packs of filtered Piccadillys, please. Excuse me, Mr. Sturges. Hello? Mr. Sturges, I have something you left at the shop.
Only you. Your car will remain where it is.
So apparently Eva Ladd grabbed that brush and she got in her Volkswagen van and drove over to the Sturges mansion and pulled up to a gate where Philip was walking up the steps into the door. He opened the gate for her a little bit and invited her in. That's where I'm going to end this episode of the trial of Sir Ivan Sturges. Hopefully in order of appearance. The man on a walk, who was then murdered by Philip, was played by Daniel French. Philip Sturges is voice acted by Mark Kalita. Carson MacBrady Esquire is played by Mr. Jeff Moon. Montague Sturges is played by Mr. Wesley Critchfield. Judge O'Connor, young Wilfred Sturges, young Kirkland Sturges, and Stanley the shopkeeper are all played by Mr. Spencer J Fredrick. His lordship Sir Ivan Sturges is played by the master, Pete Lutz. Young Errol Sturges is played by the also young Katelin Curtis. The director of the documentary is played by Daniel French. And Eva Ladd is played by Anne Ghrist. Stay tuned to Chronosphere Fiction because the trial of Sir Ivan Sturges has many little plot twists and surprises to come, and there are at least 3 more episodes. So to my loyal and my new Spectral Streams travelers, I give you only this advice. Keep your cosmos clean.